back to my channel. My name is DCG. I'm a mindset mentor of 3 years, a master cosmetologist of 18 years. I am obsessed with neuroscience, psychology, quantum physics, and I use cognitive behavioral therapy to help my clients manifest their lives and the things that they desire. I'm also currently studying to become a nurse practitioner. So today I want to tie you guys into spirituality and neuroscience along with a little bit of psychology today. So it dawned on me that there are so many people, and I feel like I should have known this, but there's so many people with a similar like kind of background as me. When I say like, okay, they might have been raised in the church, whether they be like Christian or Catholic or whatever. And we're going to get into like all of the Abrahamic religions as well, like, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And some people are like, oh, Nisi, how do you know so much about the Bible? To give you guys a little bit of backstory, because I do have ADHD, so I have to stop assuming that people already know. To give you guys a little bit of a backstory, I actually went to 2 Baptist Christian universities where you're required to take New Testament, Old Testament, and an evangelical class. Say that 3 times in a row. And so I've studied the Bible forward, backwards, sideways, and whatever. And sometimes I just do it for fun. The Bible has a lot of gossip, a lot of chisme in it. So you're like, do tell, give me the tea. But there are 2 things I want to talk about today. And if you want to get your pens and paper out to take some notes, please feel free to do that. But if you've ever been like stuck and you're like, okay, why can't I get through this? What is going on? Why is this taking longer than I expected? Because you hear people like Neville Goddard, you hear people like me that says things don't take longer than 3 days. You hear Abraham Hicks talking about her 17-second method. But Jesus said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Now, this Bible verse has been quoted, and people actually battle it out about what it means. And so I'm not here to battle it out about what it means. I'm here to explain to you my perspective. So many people get so offended when we start talking about like Bible verses and stuff like that. But I like to bridge the gap between psychology, neuroscience, and spirituality. So that's what we're going to be doing. And if y'all hear my Frenchies in the background, you just hear the Frenchies in the background. Okay, and so for the particular Bible verse that I'm talking about, where it's talking about Matthew 19:24. Again, it says it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. A lot of people have taken this literally. Some people have taken it metaphorically. Some people have taken it spiritually. However you want to take it is however you want to take it. I'm going to give you guys a take on how I like to look at it. Dr. Joe Dispenza also talks about this. He says to enter the quantum field, you have to pass through the eye of the needle. You can't enter as somebody. You must enter as nobody, no thing, no time, no place. Both are talking about something deeper than religion or routine. They're talking about transcendence. So you guys, when we're talking about this, and Dr. Joe Dispenza used to kind of confuse me when he would say things like become nothing, nobody, nowhere, nothing. Like I didn't get that. I didn't get it until me and my man went to the saltwater tanks. And if you are unfamiliar with what those are, let me take a little sidestep. The saltwater tanks are just like deprivation tanks. And you guys, I'm stuffy. My allergies are so bad, so y'all forgive me. But you can go and you float in them. Some places have like a little egg and with like a lid and you just lay in there or whatever. I'll try to like find a photo to reference. If not, you can just do a quick Google search, but they'll have these saltwater tanks. Some of them open up like this, and there's only like 12 inches of water maybe. And you kind of float in it. There's so much Epsom salt in there that your body just floats, and you go in there and it's the same temperature as your body temperature. So you don't feel the water. It's like you don't know where your body and the water starts and ends and begin. It is the dopest thing. They'll have like little stars they'll turn on the ceilings with the lights and some meditation music. And we went and did it together, and it was the most beautiful bonding experience we've ever had. Some places do require you to be fully nude, and some places just require for you to put on like like swim trunks. So check in your area. If you're familiar with Stranger Things, or if you've watched Stranger Things, 11 kind of did this, and she would be in like the water tanks. They would pour salt in there. It's equivalent to that. But that's the only time I understood what becoming nothing, nobody, and nothing meant. Okay, so Dr. Joe's take on predictability and quantum change, and then Jesus's parable of the needle, surrender, and spiritual access. So listen, you guys, Dr. Joe Dispenza always talks about how your personality will shape your physical 3D reality. I believe that Bible verse is teaching you the same thing. I believe that Bible verse is teaching you about letting go of that baggage, letting go of that ego, shedding that through. Now, let me explain to you guys from a psychological standpoint, from a psychology standpoint, because Dr. Joe is a neuroscience. Jesus would be the spiritual standpoint. I'm going to give you the psychology standpoint. Okay, so anytime you're doing something habitually, meaning you're doing it day by day by day, you wake up, you might brush your teeth at the same time. You've created a routine for yourself, right? You might go make your coffee. You might go do this. Everything is predictable in your life. That's why when you're in a relationship with somebody and they go off script, you're like, you don't normally do that. What's up? Right? And it raises a red flag to you because people are creatures of habit. So the way that you get stuck in the loop and you become conditioned by your past is because you can't let go of it. That ego has to be like, nope, but in the past they did this. Nope, in the past my mom didn't treat me well. Nope, in the past I've been taught that jobs like they get stuck like that. There's a woman that I watch on TikTok often. She goes live quite a bit, and I have talked about her in my lives on TikTok, and I actually wrote a blog post that was inspired by her. And you can find my blog on platinumganglifestyle.com. Shameless plug, because I'm obsessed with my blog. At any rate, she gets stuck in this like victim mentality because she talks a lot about, and I'm not trying to like belittle her or her experience or anything. I'm only using this as an example, but she talks a lot about her experience with the CIA gateway tapes and how it really damaged her. And I don't discredit her experience at all because that's her experience. It's real to her. So it must be true because it's real to her. But I will say that the more she talks about giving credit and control to these outside sources, as she calls it, then she's allowing that to take over her life. She'll say things like, you guys don't understand, when I get on live and talk about this, they come after me, or people will do this, or my man can't keep a job, or like she's speaking it on repeat and solidifying it. And every day, like clockwork, I get up, I brush my teeth. Now I'm going to stick with my morning routine because my morning routine gets me the results that I want. We're going to get into that. But I have my little morning routine. And as I'm sipping my coffee, I got my coffee right here to the right of my desk. As I'm sipping my coffee, every morning, y'all, I get up, I take my son to school, walk the dog. And then I come to my computer, check my emails, check up on things after I've been awake for about an hour and a half. And then she's always on live every morning like clockwork, talking about the same shit, different day. And I'm like, this is why you're not seeing any change, is because you are deciding to stay stuck in a past. You're staying stuck in that loop. Dr. Joe Dispenza says that there's no such thing as the future or the past. There's only the here and now. I believe this too. People that came from TikTok that watched my Matrix video, some of you guys have misinterpreted what I was saying. And in a previous YouTube video, I talk about like time being like an onion. When I astral projected and my ex came to me and taught me about astral projection and time, if you haven't watched that video, go check out that video. I'll make sure that I plug it there for you. It's my astral projection experience. But nonetheless, when he explained time to me, he explained it as like a grid, like this, or like this. But for me, the way that my brain understands it now is it's more like an onion, and we're just layered on top of each other. So just like in the movie Interstellar, when Cooper is in the Tesseract and he can see the different spaces of moments in time, aka the bookshelf, which I thought was a beautiful, beautiful representation on the sections, the spaces of moments in time, because he could just go and select it like books on a bookshelf, which you guys know I reference that often. And so when he's doing that, that's what time looks like. They're touching each other. I'm talking like dust, like they're really right there with one another, right? So a lot of people will say, "Oh, Nisi, I get deja vu often." Um, is that why I get deja vu? Because, and I'm like, you're just brushing up against other versions of you now. And I know we're getting a little off topic, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. Fuck my notes. I'm gonna go with the flow. Whenever you're talking about time, whenever you're talking about those different versions of you, let's talk Neville, right? Neville always talks about revision and how you can revise the past. A lot of people will go within their mindset and they will go in their human imagination and they will just keep flipping the way that their day went. That's fine and dandy. But how I change past me is by changing me now. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza is talking about when he says there's nothing to do. It's just here and now. It's only the now moment. Dylan James has said this. A lot of people say stay in the now. Because if you stay in the now moment, you're already reshaping the past, which is what I tell you guys all the time when I use a reference about how my dad had called me and told me that someone had unfortunately passed away. Depends on how you look at that. I look at passing away as transcending. So fortunately, but unfortunately, he passed away. And so my dad was like, "Oh, Nisi, do you remember so-and-so? He used to live down the street from your grandma." And I'm like, "Dad, I don't know who this man is." And he's like, "Yes, you do. You remember him from when you were little, blah, blah, blah. We would go fishing." And he's like trying to get me to remember it. And I'm like, "Dad, I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man." I genuinely felt like Kiki Palmer when she was like, "I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man." That's how I felt, y'all. Because I was like, "Who the hell is this? I don't know who that is." Because my past version of me that does remember that man from my dad's perspective, I don't know him. Now, if he would have continued to pull old me out, which is what I tell you guys about when you're manifesting a specific person, a romantic specific person, the more he would have kept trying to interact with that old version of me, the more that probably would have come out. But I was just like, "I don't know who that is. Sorry. God bless his family, condolences, whatever. I don't know who that is." And so my dad was like, "Okay." So whenever you are dealing with this stuff and you're just becoming like a creature of your past, or I shouldn't say a creature, a person of your past, or victim of your past is a better word. Whenever you become a victim of your past, it's because you're stuck on that loop. Just like that lady on TikTok. She's stuck in that old loop. She can't get out of it. You're stuck on, well, they divorced me. They left me. No man wants to be with me. No woman wants me. No person wants to do this. I can't find a job. Blah, blah, blah. Well, you're telling me that I did this and da, 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 da. And I'm just like, please shut up. Shut up. Stop it. Stop. No one's going to come and save you but you. You have to pick yourself up and stop being a victim of your past and get out of that loop. Drop that ego. Your ego wants the control. Your ego wants to say, well, remember when X, Y, and Z happened? Because you have to think your thoughts come from your higher self. Your mind is the one that's like combating everything. And then you're witnessing yourself having a human experience, right? Because it's all three things at the same time. We'll get into the Holy Trinity in another video. But that's ultimately what it is, right? So when you are predictable, when you are doing the same thing every single day, then you are literally living on autopilot. You're just recreating your past over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. People become victims of their past. This is why I'm telling you guys with the conditioned stimulus to pay attention to your conditioned stimuli. If something is triggering you, it's keeping you in the past. It's keeping you stuck in that loop. Okay, that is from the psychology standpoint. From the neuroscience standpoint, your brain is firing and wiring neuronic pathways all day long. Every second, your brain can pick up on 100 billion bits per second of information, right? What does that mean? That means that I am filming a YouTube video. I'm also aware that I'm holding my hand. I'm aware that I can see my boyfriend's dog. I'm aware that my dog is back there. I can see my light. I can see a lit candle. My brain knows all of this, right? But my focus and awareness and attention is not on that. It's on creating this video. But if I look over there at the candle, if I look at the dogs, if I look at, my fruit thing over there in my kitchen, then my awareness is on it. My brain is picking up on all of that. But my focus and energy and awareness is here. All that other stuff exists in my quantum field, but I'm not bringing it into my fruition right now because I'm not paying attention to it. Right? So that's what that means. Okay, so if you are someone that's like, let's say you want to lose weight. You want to lose weight, but you're so used to just sitting at home on the couch, eating your pizza. You might work out once or twice a week. You might not even do that, but let's give you the benefit of the doubt. You might go work out once or twice a week, and then you don't see the results that you want. And it's like, okay, but you are still sticking your toe in the past. You think one or two workouts is going to change your body. It's not. Consistency, creating new habits is what's going to change your body. Creating those new habits, forming a new neuronic pathway in your brain to say, okay, I recognize what I've been doing. That way is not getting me what I want. I'm doing the same thing, expecting different results is a very definition of insanity. So I don't need to do that. Maybe I should put the pizza down. Let's start there. Let me start with creating better eating habits, because now my brain has gotten conditioned to a different stimulus. It's now conditioned to see, oh, orange, healthy, instead of orange, ugh. Gym, I love, instead of gym, ugh, right? Like, you're teaching yourself these new things. That's all you're doing. So when Jesus said it's easier for the camel to go through the eye of a needle, for me, that symbolizes ego, identity, and surrender. You cannot carry old patterns into a new timeline, right? To manifest something new, you need to become something new. Quantum equals unknown equals unpredictable equals miracle zone. Let go of your identity to shift your reality. So when you become that creature of habit, you're just cueing in a different habit every single day. That's all you're doing. So just like when you get in that habit loop, when I said in that one video on TikTok, you're just in a different part of the loop. You're just in a different part of your loop. Now, when you go back, let me backtrack a little bit. When you go back and you talk about time, because I did miss that point. So sorry, y'all. When you talk about time being an onion, you're just peeling back those layers and layers and layers. So anytime that you are reshaping yourself, you're automatically revising the past. My past is already revised. I don't remember a lot of childhood things that probably happened to me, or, what I experienced is because I choose to be a different version of me. I choose to not be the victim Nisi. I choose to be the person who is victorious in everything that she does. Like, why would I want to stay focused and fixated on something that doesn't serve me? It does not serve a good purpose in my future, in my now moment. In my now moment, I choose to be happy. I choose to show up. I choose to make content for you guys. I choose to educate. I choose to teach. I choose to do hair. I choose to be a great mom. I choose to be a great partner to my man. I choose to be a great mentor to those that are in one-on-one mentorship, or to those that are in a VIP, or to those that follow my content only. I choose to be this version of myself. I don't want to be old, angry Nisi who was fighting all the time. Literally, y'all, I would get in like bar fights with people. I did not care. I did not give a damn. Like, I would just do the damn thing. I don't want to be that version of me anymore. So that version of me is gone, because in this now moment, I chose to be something else. I don't remember that anymore. And eventually you have dropped your ego so far behind that you don't even want to remember that. People ask me all the time, like, I did not grow up with the best relationship with my mom, but I choose to not dwindle on it or think about it because it doesn't serve me now. What purpose does that serve me now to think about that? What purpose does it serve me now to think about a third party that was created due to me having insecurities? Why do I want to think about that? I don't want to harp on that. I don't. I choose to stay in this now moment. And me choosing to stay in this now moment is already recreating that past. Now, if you think about time being linear or not being linear, and it being on like an onion, like just different layers, right? Or like the grid, as my ex taught me. When you think about it like that, that 9-year-old version of me is being reshaped and recreated right now. That's what quantum physics, quantum mechanics tells us. Okay. That 9-year-old version of me is being shaped right now. She's right now in her room. When I was 9 years old, y'all, I used to stare at my hand and be like, why am I here? What am I doing? And it's so funny because every time I have a dream about my grandma, my native grandma, I'm always staring at my hands. It's almost like I'm on Call of Duty or something. You know how you play and you can like see the stuff. It's like a different. It's so wild, but I'll see my hands as like the little girl version of me. And my dad got me like this pink ice gold ring that I used to wear. And then I had another ring that I would wear here that had my name on it. It was like the golden nugget rings, and my name had my name in it. I can see that. And every single time I have her in my dreams, I'm looking at my hands like that, from that standpoint, from that viewpoint as a little girl. So me right now, I'm shaping that version of that little girl. I'm recreating her right now. I don't have to go sit and revise. And don't get me wrong, for that, if it works for you to do that, do that. For me, it's just easier for me to just decide, this is what it is. I'm making $6,000 a day. I'm doing this. My man's going to take me out. I'm going to get flowers. This particular coaching client is going to give me a success story. Like, I just choose to be that version of me because it becomes that easy. Once you practice this through repetition and practice of staying in the now moment, nope, that doesn't serve me. Nope, you got to redirect yourself like a toddler. Nope, come on over here, little Niecy, that doesn't matter. Come on over here, little Brittany, that doesn't matter. Come on over here, little Kevin, that doesn't matter. Keep redirecting yourself like you're a fucking toddler. No, don't touch that, little Jimmy. It is hot. Don't do that. It doesn't serve us to think about the past. You become a victim of it. You have to let go of the ego. You have to let go of the luggage. You got to get through the eye of the needle. You can't get through the eye of the needle if you got other threads on top of the threads, child. I mean, come on. That's what you have to do. You guys have got to stop being victims of the past. Let me make sure I covered all of my notes here. My nerds. Make sure I covered all my nerds. Merging it all, and the shift to manifest something new becomes someone new. And then your identity is going to shape your new reality because you have new actions. To pass through the needle, you have to release your predictable self. Release your predictable self, you guys. I want you to let me know what patterns are you trying to release this week. Let's really do the work. I really want to hold you guys accountable, whatever it is. If it's weight loss, if it's poor money habits, if it's reminding yourself something that SP did in the past, stop. I invite you to let it go. Let it go. Let it flow. Revise it by showing up differently for yourself, because future you is going to thank you for it. You wouldn't get these bright ideas. You wouldn't get these epiphanies. You wouldn't get these nudges, these desires, if it weren't meant for you to have. Because remember, to desire means to already have. Everything exists here in the here and now. If you can think it, that means it exists in the quantum. If it's in the quantum, you can bring it into your 3D. You bring it into your 3D by creating new habits and becoming a victor of your present and not a victim of your past. Okay, if you guys need any further assistance with this, you're more than welcome to join my VIP group. It's only $30 a month on School. You can just click my website, platinumgang.store, in order to find that and all of the other resources to help you manifest your desires. My one-on-one mentorship is currently waitlisted, so if you want to be waitlisted for that, you're more than welcome to do that as well. If you guys have any other questions and you want me to cover any other topics, let me know. I did get a lot of you guys' comments and questions via TikTok and YouTube, so I'll be covering those in a different video. Hopefully I'll have that one posted later on within the week. It's the week of hold on, let me look at my calendar so I can let you guys know when it'll be posted. It's the week of the 11th through the 17th of May. So I will let you guys know whenever I post that, or I'll post it and you'll get the notification, because I do love answering your questions and I do see them. So don't think that I don't. It's just difficult for me to respond to everyone. So it's easier for me to screenshot the question and then just answer it on the platform. So we'll continue to have those Q&A days like I did in the previous videos. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next episode. Bye.